One, two, three, clap. Hello, everybody, and welcome to March Mayhem, the official first show of the official pay-per-view for Revolution Pro Wrestling. This month, it will be obviously held on Saturday, week 4 of March, hence the name March Mayhem. This is being held in Wales, Swansea, as promised by, South Wales subculture, like they said. But we absolutely move, as I've really not got much else to say. I've put an extra production in. I think this is definitely the best show I've ever booked. I'm very happy with how it turned out, so I think there's nothing better than just getting into the show. Obviously, it's episode 11, so if you haven't seen anything else, there'll be a card in the top right that will either show up before this, or is showing up now, and it will take you to the full playlist so you can binge watch the whole shit, because come on, do it for me, it's really funny. But anyways, we'll move on to the classic pre-show 20-man mayhem, where this week, or this month I guess, Jon Moxley wins the 20-man mayhem, featuring a few recognizable names in there. Final four being Takahashi, Kirby, Noam Dar, and Moxley himself. Moxley got the most eliminations during the match. I think once again, it's just all the people that aren't on the card that are really I didn't have anything for on the night. Unfortunate. Apparently the World Champion storyline, and that was also, I don't know. But we all move into the main show, where starting off we have a hype package for the RPW Women's Championship match, featuring Brittany Knight and Kana. Brittany, obviously the champion. Kana winning this chance by taking down Hikaru Shida and Rebecca Knox on the most recent episode of RPW Weekly. And in the match itself, we get a 31 as in a hard back and forth match. Brittany Knight does end up defeating Kana in about 18 minutes with the Nightlight. Knight making defense number 2 of the RPW Women's Championship. I mean, that wasn't really a reason to take it off of her. She's been doing well with the title so far. I think it's only gonna go up from here. But yeah, Knight with the 26, Kana with a 36. 31's not that bad. And you know what? Successful defense. As we move into Rockstar Spud, the superstar, hyping himself up backstage, looking in the mirror. Action camera shot of him shadow boxing the mirror, looking like a true weapon on the sticks. As we now get the package for your next matchup, Alexander Rusev with Celeste Bonin in his corner, taking on Andy Boy Simmons. This is Rusev's true test. That's what Bonin had it set up as. This was the true test to see if Rusev could hang with the big boys. And well, in the match itself, it gets a 36. As to nobody's surprise, Alexander Rusev does end up defeating Andy Boy Simmons in about 14 minutes with the Bullplex. The match with a 36. Rusev with a 22, hard carried by Boy Simmons' 45. But you know what? That's what we're looking for. Improvement over the weeks, and Rusev getting a huge win on pay-per-view here that might boost himself for the future. As after the match, Bonin gets on the mic, starts talking about Rusev being the biggest non-guy with a huge winning streak, not lost a single match so far, until Brandy and Keith Lee square up to him from out the back. Huge pop for Keith Lee as he comes out. First time he's been seen on TV since last pay-per-view Lights Out, when he won the 20-man mayhem. I thought I had big plans for him. I was just waiting for the right time, and I found the manager that we could use for him. I found the perfect opportunity to bring him straight in for a nice little angle with Alexander Rusev setting up future huge matchup here. I really do like what we've set up here with just this one little moment. Brandy debuting again, getting a great rating as well. Just perfect. As we move into the high package for South Wales Subculture, calling for this match to be in Wales, as it is here in Swansea here tonight. Calling for this match to be in Wales. It is the RPW World Tag Team Championships on the line, when South Wales Subculture are challenging Pete Dunne and Trent Seven, the current champions. As we will move into said match, as in a 35 to not a lot of surprise, not even the home crowd could save him, as Pete Dunne and Trent Seven defeat South Wales Subculture in 2018. Weird. When Pete Dunne tapped out Morgan Webster, they make defense number 2 of them World Tag Team title. That was just never in doubt, was it? A 52 for Andrews, 32 for Webster, 48 for Dunne, 31 for Seven. About dragged a little, but you know what? I do think that I needed to give them this time. As we move into Pete Dunne and Trent Seven going for their just classic post-match attack, as they are set up to just absolutely collateral Morgan Webster, as Mark Andrews lies hopeless on the floor until you won't fucking believe it. It's Mark and Jay Briscoe coming into the building. Dave Bradshaw on commentary screams, "The fucking Briscoes!" As they come charging down to the ring and clean house, knocking everyone out. Doesn't matter who the fuck they are, they'll walk in, they'll kick their ass. The rednecks in the building, they're here to take over the tag division. Yeah, that's your acquisition right there. We're paying them dirt cheap, and they're here to provide good tag team wrestling. The fucking Briscoes are RevPro's newest acquisition. As we will now move into a match I didn't think we were going to be having on pay-per-view. It is the RPW Never Openweight Championship on the line with an injured big match Zack Sabre Jr. taking on the mystery opponent that may or may not be a hand-picked new signing, but we're going to find out, as the man to answer the challenge is in fact the UK's own Rampage Brown, who comes out answering ZSJ's call. The badass from up north. Well, I guess in this case, because we're in Swansea, will be the badass from the east. But we are in the building. Rampage Brown is here to answer Zack Sabre Jr.'s open challenge. And in the match, it gets a 34, which is good. A good rating given ZSJ's injury. But about that, fantastic heat and decent wrestling. ZSJ does end up defeating Rampage Brown with the senior stretch, making him tap defense number 5 of the RPW Openweight Championship. A solid match overall. 34 for Rampage Brown, 39 for ZSJ. Even with an injury, that is huge. Huge for ZSJ. But we will move into the hype package as for tonight's main event. The superstar, Rockstar Spud, shades and everything, taking on the Plague Marty Scurll. Obviously came out in the Plague Doctor's mask and shattered his little lens. And killed me to say that Spud's lens on his sunglasses were shattered, but it's fine because he's got the framework, and with this framework he's gonna try and defeat my Scurll here tonight and take the RevPro Championship away from him. As we will move into the local band, will be playing Spud down for his entrance, and we'll do the exact same for Marty Scurll. Two low angles there, 43 and 44 respectively for the two. Obviously, we paid the $250 for the local band to come down and play. gonna work them into the show somehow. But in the actual match that you can't see, I know, in a 52, the biggest match in the history of the company. You're not gonna bloody believe this. Rockstar Spud, the superstar, defeats Marty Scurll in 15:30 after pinfall with the 5-stone Spud splash. During the match, we had the cliche, as everyone probably expected given the know of the situation. The lights went out, and sat on the ramp was Tommy and well, he distracted both of them, which ended up being obviously it was in their product to distract Spud, scared the piss out of him. But instead it ended up being his benefit as he goes in and connects with the 5-stone Spud splash off the top ropes after the distractions, as he wins the RPW World Heavyweight Championship. Spud with a 57, Scurll with a 46. The Superstar and the World Champion segments both advance, as a 52 between these two is huge. What a performance from the two lads, as the closing shot of the show on pay-per-view is Rockstar Spud, the Superstar. He's reached the top of RevPro, holding the Revolution Professional Wrestling Championship in his grasp as he sat the confetti raised down here in Swansea City, as that will finish the show, which ends up getting a 40. Huge show here. I think it might be tied with our greatest show ever behind RPW Lights Out, but I'm not confident. That, I think, is definitely my favourite show that I've had to book in a while. Huge main event, and I thought it was the right time to progress Spud into the new role as the top guy. I think he's got a lot of potential as the top guy. I think he's got a lot of things that could go for him. I think there's a lot of potential feuds and a lot of open ends that I've left for there's a lot of open ends that I've left out for Spud to maybe catch on to one of them. Maybe spark a low, decent feud between the two, but a 52 between those two, that is beyond what I even expected for this. And this has already been a long episode, so I won't keep you much longer. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. I've literally forgotten. Oh, I'm over the moon, but what was I going to say? I remember. See, funny me. I'll see you guys next year now, as this will be my final upload for the 31st. Obviously, it's going to come out on the 31st of December. So this will be goodbye for 2021, and hopefully 2022 is a much better year for me, you, and everyone involved. Take care, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. In a bit.